The film is about a young, inexperienced man who spies on a woman who lives across his house and falls in love with her. He starts using tricks, which he hopes, which lead them to the meeting. The film is a 1988 released movie, and the title of the movie is It's a Short Film About Love. The movie starts with a young man aged 19 who works as a postal clerk and becomes obsessed with a woman who lives in a block opposite. Through spying, Tomek not only spies on Magenta, who had artistic activities like painting, but enters her intimate universe and becomes a constant presence in her life without her even knowing it first. It is not necessarily an original idea in itself, but the director gives it a special charm. The viewer becomes a participant in all Tomek's fear, desire, and frustrations. He is extremely shy in real life, but very persistent in spying, finds out Magenda's phone number, calls her while looking at her, but he doesn't have the courage to have an authentic conversation. Moreover, he must endure the torture of watching the woman's love encounters. It should be noted that Magenta had a penchant for the paranormal apart from fortune-telling in books, at one point also using a pendulum in dosing. The young man invests a series of downright childish plans to meet Magenta in real life, such as sending fake postal notices or even working as a milkman in his spare time. The tension reaches its heights when Magenta invites Tomek to her home, and the boy, completely inexperienced, is brutally pulled out of his rivalries by an incomplete act of Lao, after which the woman will throw him clinically. 3 minutes, he will regret the committed gesture, but his attempt to come back will come too late to prevent Tomek's suicide attempt. In the coming days, Magda is unable to find their Tomek. She's clearly worried and concerned about his well-being. One night she receives a phone call and thinks it is him. She acknowledges that he was right about love. After the days of waiting and watching Tomek's window with her small binoculars, she finally sees he's returned. Magenta goes to Tomek's apartment, and his godmother shows her in his room. The godmother prevents her from getting too close to him, even preventing her from touching his bandaged wrist. Noticing the telescope, Magenta looks through it forward, her own apartment, and imagines what Tomek must have been that night, watching her come home, spilling the milk, and weeping over another failed relationship.